before it's just a major headache dealing with numbers and you know, it's like figuring out DVD sales, working with iTunes. It's just
You know what, you guys?
that's just
Everybody here has meets at a common place. We all want this to continue, right? We all agree. You, those of us on this side of the table, we all have a common desire, and that is for this to continue. It will not if people don't take the right steps and make the right choices. You may be sitting in your room in Lafayette, Louisiana thinking, it's not going to make any big difference if I download this episode. I'm one person. How can this possibly hurt? Well, you know what? There are simultaneously 3 million people just like you saying the same thing. And that's why it's hugely destroying and taking huge chunks out of the industry. And unless something changes, we're all going to lose. We're going to lose because we're not going to be able to do what we love for you. You're going to lose because it's not going to be available. And so, you know, do what you can do where you are and within your sphere of influence, with your friends, your online anime friends. Do what you can to be spokespeople and a spokesperson for, you know what I mean, for not illegally downloading things and not taking things and thinking it's cool that you got it for free, because we're all going to lose that way.
To add to that, before someone gets on some bulletin board, because bulletin boards is where all people go to whine about things, forums. Bulletin board is showing my age, I guess. Before anybody says this is a bunch of actors whining about losing their jobs, I will give you some pretty hard facts. Shinichi Watanabe, Nabishin, who produced Excel Saga, Puni Puni Poemi, and Wallflower, and Nerima Daikon Brothers, he has several new projects that he wants to work on, all of which I'm sure are hysterical because everything he does is funny,
brilliant,
that he can't get funding for right now. So that's new shows that aren't going to happen. Gonzo Studios, Gonzo International, the same week that I was in the hospital when I had my heart attack, I was furious because news sites were reporting about me being in the hospital, but Gonzo had laid off 50 animators that week. And it was their second string of layoffs.
Can I add something about the Gonzo thing?
The what?
Can I add something about Gonzo?
Yeah.
Like, I've been working with Gonzo for the past year.
And they're awesome, by the way.
They're lovely people. And it's like, the thing is that they had 2 offices. One of them is in Nerima, and the other one's in Shinjuku. When I went over to Japan, the day that I got there, they closed down the Shinjuku office. And I was like, what the heck? But yeah, it's like I got to take pictures of the Shinjuku office right before it closed.
Wow.
And then we went over to the Nerima office, and if you can imagine, it's like the whole building that they were in was probably smaller than this room.
Yeah.
And it was packed with animators. People were like on top of each other with boxes of stuff from the Shinjuku office. As soon as I left Japan, and I was only there for like 2 weeks this time, they liquidated their 3D department. They liquidated their 3D video gaming department. They went from over 130 animators. Now they're down to 30 right now.
The video game people were the Digimation people, which are also very well-known video game people.
Yeah, they're like 6 billion yen in the hole right now.
Yeah. And before anybody says, well, who is Gonzo? They're the people that brought us Last Exile, Chrono Crusade, Samurai 7, Gantz. They've done half of the cool shows that we've worked on.
Yeah,
so.
and to add something to that, Matt Greenfield and I were talking. Matt Greenfield, for those who don't know, is one of the founders of ADV Films. He was just recently at the Tokyo Anime Exposition, which is the largest trade show in Japan for anime. They have distributors, producers, everything from all over the world. Matt was there. Now, the Wednesday and Thursday are industry days only, and then it opens up Friday, Saturday, Sunday like a regular convention. Normally, the industry days are as large or larger than any normal size convention. Matt said this year, the Tokyo Anime Exposition in Japan, imagine a convention space this size or larger, let's say twice this size. with about 75 people in it. Hardly. That was industry day. That is when people are saying, hey, buy my new show. Hey, we want you to bring this new show to the United States. Because there is less and less and less being produced because people are not buying.
Well, and part of this too just has to do with the economy in general and where it's at, you know, that's part of it. But we also need to be consistent as a group through this time to ride that wave out, to do the right things, like Vic was saying, and make the right choices. If you are going to watch it, purchase it. Make sense?
Yeah. It's kind of like I told my guest relations handler, to tie in, I'm a huge fan of the horror director Dario Argento. I will buy anything that he does. In fact, I just recently found one that I've been looking for years. I will buy anything that he does because I'm a fan, which means I support him as a director with my pocketbook. The reason I buy his DVDs, and Suspiria, I've got 4 different collector's editions of, because I want to assure that when people say, hey, we've got money to do a new movie, who are we going to get to direct it? We've got a new horror movie. Oh, let's get that guy from Italy that people buy. I support it because I want to see him continue to do this until he's 90. It's the same with Shinichi Watanabe. I will continue to buy Watanabe shows when they come out because I want to see what that crazy afro-headed guy is going to do when he's 80. It'll probably be even more twisted, you know.
You look at the glove, stripy thing.
Have you guys not become voice actors? What sort of career would you like?
I know.
Well, actually, I do several things, and I have refused to stop doing them. even though the voice acting took more and more time over the years. My degree is actually in film. And I do a lot of shooting and video work and, you know, directing and editing. And I also have been writing and producing music professionally for twice as long as I've been voice acting. Oh, thank you, sweetie. In fact, this is Louisiana. Do you guys have Academy here? Yes. Academy of Sports and Outdoors. Right, Seth? Right. I wrote that jingle. I mean, it's just regional.
I think of it.
But, so, you know, I worked with ad agencies doing a lot of that. But the funny thing is that the more time that voice acting took, the less I was able to spend time calling ad agencies and keeping those lines of communication open. I also do some graphic design work, and I just try to do, thank you. I try to do whatever I can, you know, in the holes and the gaps. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, those of you, I don't know if you were in my panel earlier, but I just got to direct this episode of Star Trek for an online web series that I'm so jazzed about. Michelle and I both got to play Klingons. We had like the full headgear.
Like hot Klingons? It's really weird. So weird.
But yeah, we were approached to do some Klingon, you know, pictorials, but we didn't do it.
I'm kind of the same as Vic. I do a lot of things too that it's not that I refuse to do them, but I need to do them to eat. But I do wedding and event design, floral design, and I love, I'm a flower person.
I didn't know that.
I'm a flower person, and I love to do it. I'm doing a lot of Funimation weddings this year, so it'll be fun. Everyone's getting pitched. Yeah, lots of them. So
I am and have been a stage director, choreographer, and fight director. I'm a guest artist with like 8 or 9 different school districts in Houston. I teach acting, improvisation, and so if all of this went away tomorrow, I'd just turn right back around. All of my designers and stuff from where I direct are furious that I'm not directing more, why are you doing this anime crap? Because I really love it. But if it was gone, I would go right back to doing theater and teaching acting. So.
okay, we can take 2 more.
Sammy and I didn't.
Oh, sorry. Go. Well, then we can finish this, and then we can take 2 more.
Shut up, Wendy. No. Come to this room tonight later and watch David and I do what we're gonna do in here at the dance, and you'd see what I would do if I didn't do this for a living. I'd like to have my own nightclub and just DJ and drink and have fun every night. I think that sounds like a party. And she's saying she could do all my floral arrangements. It's not that kind of party, though.
Sammy?
Well, I mean, I started off as an animator, and I think that I would be just where I am right now.